Okay, it looks like we're live. So, hey everybody, it's the B. How y'all doing? Happy 100 subscribers. There's, I'm, I'm so thankful to each and every one of you for subscribing to this channel and getting it to where it is now. So thank you so much. A lot of you will probably be watching this. After this live stream is done. So today I thought we'd do something a little bit different, not a reaction, but we're going to be doing a tier list. And just a little bit of a disclaimer, which is down in the description. These are all completely my own opinions. If your ranking is different than mine, good for you, I guess. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. And the tier list that I decided to do is dun 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 dun. Oop, not this screen. A PBS Kids mega tier list. So this is going to be going through all the PBS Kids shows because I seem to be much more familiar with it than other channels, like with the shows rather. So for those of y'all who are not familiar with the tier list, S tier means absolutely wonderful. A tier means A and B tier mean good. C tier means mid or average. D tier and F tier basically mean not at all good. They're terrible. And then there's never watched. So, oh wait, is it not showing my screen? Is it not showing my screen? Oh, there we go. It was just a little laggy. All right. And excuse the lag, y'all. I'm so sorry. Hey, this is the first live stream on this channel, so it might get better with time. So, anyways, let's get started. So, it's very small. Something Adventures. I have never watched this show. Almost Way. I think that's like a news show. I think that's one of. I'm gonna call it a Gen Alpha show. That's what I call it. So, let's put it in never watched. Um, um, uh, excuse, excuse me, 1 second, guys. So sorry. Just had to talk to a family member. Anyways, let's get back to it. Angelina Ballerina. I haven't seen this version, so I'm gonna put it in never watched. Angelina Ballerina, the 3D version. I think, embarrassingly, I've only watched one episode, and it's not that great. Hey, I wouldn't really recommend it like at all because I wasn't really interested in this. I think uh, a certain I think it was catered towards a certain audience, and that certain audience was just wasn't me. So yeah. Animalia. Never never watched. Oh, was this Anne of Green Gables? Oh, I haven't watched the PBS Kids version, so I'm gonna put that right here in never watched. Arthur! Hello, hello! Rest in peace! yeah, because the show ended. Um, so Arthur, you are going up in S tier, my boy. This was such a freaking good show. And who wouldn't like this show, right? I mean, I'm certain y'all have watched the show as well. It's a great way of taking into like taking a look into the characters' lives and seeing how they deal with different situations and um, all while just being kids. This was this was so oh, this was such a great. Oh, I loved it, and and yeah, it's if I had to pick an Arthur character, by the way, I would probably pick Buster, but because I relate to him a lot. But in reality, they're all pretty much my favorite. So yeah. Anyways, let me check the chat. Okay, there's nothing there. Um. Okay, so, Auto Be Good. I have never watched that show. Bali, never watched. Barney! Barney the dinosaur! Okay. So, Barney is, a little bit controversial now because there was a certain, Peacock documentary displaying a little bit of the dark things that happened in Barney. So, yeah, but Barney Barney the dinosaur was a good show nonetheless, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't yeah, um I understand Barney probably scared some people as a kid, but um it didn't really scare me that much as a kid. And I was just it's like, oh, it's Barney and nothing else. Uh, so and of course, the "I Love You" song will always be forever, or like engraved in my memory, and probably your guys' memories too. Because we've all heard that on repeat every time we watch Barney, way too many times. So, yeah. So, um, okay, what's next? The Berenstain Bears. Okay, I have watched one episode of this show, and it was alright. I basically just read the books Berenstain Bears more than I watched the show, but yeah, there's nothing else really to say about it. So, um, Betsy's Adventures. I've never seen this show. Oh, you go here. Between the Lions. Between the Lions. A tier show. This was good. I loved the this show so much, um, and I loved the theme song every single time it came on. Ah, oh, so good. Loved it, and and um it really just I'm not sure for y'all, but for me, it really like kind of made me want to read books. I know that sounds weird, but I mean, like, why not, right? So, this guy, I'm not sure where he's from, so I'm just gonna put him in never watched. Bill Nye the Science Guy was on PBS? I thought he was on Disney or something. Huh. Okay, well, anyways, Bill Nye, you were going up in S tier. here, you were, this guy was the greatest in every single science class, and yeah, uh, there's just so many memories revolved around that. Um, but I mean, I mean, I mean, I hope that for the next generation of people that are in school right now, I hope they're still watching this. If they aren't, that's kind of sad. Um, but anyways, yeah, always is relied on him to help me out with learning a bunch of science stuff. So this is good. All right. Hey. Oh wait, that's not the original Bob the Builder. That's the one with the plastic surgery. Um, I have never watched, and again, this must be some Gen Alpha show. The OG Bob the Builder I did watch, and it was good. Nothing else to say about it. So no. Um, let's see. Booba. This is Booba. Oh my. I remember Booba, but I only watched like. Uh, but sadly, I only watched like one episode, and it was. Eh. It was all right, I guess. I'm not. I'm not really sure about Booba. Um, it felt kind of like a copy ish of Teletubbies in some way, but uh, it was alright, right, but nonetheless. So, um, oh, Caillou, oh my goodness. Um, so a lot of y'all are gonna get mad at me for this, but I'm gonna put him in B tier. So, I'm so sorry. I wanted to put Caillou in a lower tier, but here's a little story, right? Um, before um, they like updated the animation for Caillou, um, uh, and that was around the time my brothers were watching PBS Kids. Um, before that, uh, Caillou was displayed as a crybaby, not getting what he wants, etc., etc. And I thought like, oh my god, this guy, I cannot. But they updated the animation, and apparently he's turned a year older from that. And instead of just being like a crybaby, whenever they tell him that something like can't go his way, he's instead of being such a crybaby, he's like, all right, that's fine. And I was like, what? Whoa, Caillou, whoa, what happened? And it's like, yeah, did somebody slap you or something? Did somebody give you like, um, did your parents finally give you discipline after ignoring it for so long, right? Um, so yeah, yeah, that was crazy to me, and that's why it gets bumped up to B tier for me. So um, okay, Cat in the Hat. I've read the books Cat in the Hat, but excuse me, I've never really watched this specific thing. Um, I mean, I watched this show when I was babysitting my brothers, but I don't think I watched this specific one. Yeah. Um, this thing I think I've seen, but maybe one episode. Did I see one episode of this? Sorry guys, I'm like trying to think. Yeah, I probably did. And it was actually no, it was meh. Uh, it was all right. I'm not sure or when this came. It was probably some sort of mini show that would just like came and went. So yeah. Okay, next. Clifford the Big Red Dog. All right. So Clifford, you are going up in A tier. And fun fact, Emily Elizabeth is voiced by the same person who voices Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So, yeah. Yeah, that's something to think about right there. So, yeah, but nonetheless, great show. Love the characters. Yeah, great. Okay, now this is probably the new Clifford, so I have never watched this. Clifford's Puppy Days. I have watched one episode of Clifford's Puppy Days, and it was all right. It's not as good as the Big Red Clifford the Big Red Dog, but it's uh, it's 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 trying to get there, but just can't for some reason. So, um, oh, is this Kuderoy? Is this Kuderoy? I've read the books Kuderoy. I've never watched the show, so I'm gonna put that there. Um, Curious George. I have watched this show with my I've watched this show myself, and I've watched the show with while I was babysitting my brothers as well, and this show was pretty good. He's adorable. Oh my god, I love George. And I have seen the movies too. Yes, I have also seen the Curious George movies, and I just and they were pretty good. Um, so yeah, good show. Um, he's when they said Curious George, he really is curious. All right, he wanna discover everything while also not realizing that he's ruining everything in the process, which I think is adorable and also hilarious as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this in B tier. Cyber Chase. Oh my god, yes. Where y'all think I'm gonna be putting this? Just if you're here in the chat, put it in the chat. If you're watching this after, put it in the comments down below where you think I'm gonna be putting Cyber Chase. Alright, ready? In 3, 2, 1. This is going up in S tier! Cyber Chase was such a freaking underrated show. How come not more people were, not many people were watching this? This is, or not more rather, were watching this show. This is so underrated. I loved it. I would be here every single time I got home from school. I would always want to watch this show. It not just because of it teaching kids math, but also making the adventures so much fun and so many worlds to discover, and it was great. I loved it. Such an underrated show. Oh, and I think they're still making more episodes as we speak. Um, but yeah, and I also heard some sad news that um, the actor for Digit passed away, and when I heard that news, I was so freaking heartbroken. This guy was my Digit, uh, or our Digit rather, if you like the show as well. Um, God, I was just like tears were streaming out of my eyes. That's how bad it was. So, but yeah, um, for uh for a little bit of uh or actually never mind. I'm pretty sure. Uh, just go watch the show. All right, if you haven't already, it is um uh or actually one thing that always just like sticks in my mind is the very first episode where uh when they first meet Motherboard, um and when she starts saying hello, I am Motherboard, and then Inez starts saying uh right, and I'm Xena, warrior princess. Oh god, that really got me there. Like it got me hooked watching this show. All right, and y'all don't understand, or maybe you do. You know, that just depends if you watch this show. You know, like I said before. Anyways, yeah, S tier. Um, what is this? Something Rangers. I have never watched this show. Uh, let's see. Nobody's in the chat. Okay. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Um, my brothers watched this sequel. I haven't really uh watched too much of it. They watched more than I did. What is what I'm trying to say, and it's it's all right. It's not as good as Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I mean, Mr. Rogers? Are you kidding me? He is that guy. He is it's like he's great. If I can find him on this list, um, is he on this list? Where are you, Mr. Okay, yeah, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers. Yeah, let's just move you up here, and then let's, if I can scroll this thing. Now, Mr. Rogers, on the other hand, is obviously S tier. I mean, this guy was great. May he rest in peace. Oh God, uh, he had such a friendly vibe around him, and just everybody loves Mr. Rogers. Who doesn't love Mr. Rogers? Like, come on. Anyways, Design Squad. I've heard of it mentioned in another PBS Kids show that I will probably get to later if it's on this list. But I've never watched the show specifically. So, Dinosaur Train. I have heard of the show. I've watched this while I was babysitting my brothers at the time, and it's all right. Nothing really sticks out to me about this show, but it's fine nonetheless. So, Donkey Hody. Never watched this show. Sorry, this is way small, way too small. The Dooley and Pal Show. Never watched this. Dragonfly TV. Dragonfly TV. Yeah, yes. I've watched maybe like an episode of it, and Dragonfly TV is good. I like the little um, excuse me, the little things that they show on uh, uh, like they were showing on Dragonfly TV, um, where they were showing little experiments going on and other cool stuff, and yeah, it was good. I liked it. Um, let's see what's next. Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales is a good show, but I'm wondering if I should put it in B or A tier. We'll put it in B tier. It was a good show. Um, I liked all the dragons, but my particular favorite has to be. Um, it's like between Cassie. It, or never mind, actually, it's all of them. Cassie, or what was the other two's name? Zach and Wheezy. Zach and Wheezy. Um, me and Emmy and everybody else. Yeah, loved them all. It was a good show. Um, the Electric Company. I love this show. This was A tier. Um, I love this show, um, so much, and I will have to warn you, for those of y'all who are not fan of like musical kind of shows, this is a musical show. So, um, if y'all don't like that, I would definitely steer clear from that. But for me, I'm a fan of that. So, and they did it in such a good way. And that's why I put it in A tier. And I love their little powers, like the word balls. Y'all remember that? Um, and uh, yeah, uh, such a good show. Oh, I would definitely uh, check it out. So, Eleanor Wonders Why. Some Gen Alpha show, so I never watched that. Esme and Roy. I've never watched that. Fetch with Ruff Ruffman. Hey, hello. You are going in A tier as well. Fetch was such a good show. So basically, for those of y'all who haven't watched Fetch, it's basically like this little game show where it is hosted by Ruff Ruffman, and it is basically like these kids go out on little adventures, or and just do a bunch of cool stuff. Um, I would recommend it if you are interested in that type of content. So yeah, it was a cool show. A tier. Something Lunch. I've seen this guy before, but I've never watched the show. Franny's Feet. Have I watched Franny's Feet? No, I've not. George Shrinks. I have watched George Shrinks, and it was all right. Again, like Dinosaur Train, nothing really stuck out to me, but it 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 was a nice. It wasn't a bad show. I mean, he was a tiny little guy trying to navigate through so much, which I imagine must be difficult. So, yeah. This guy I have never seen. Gina D's Kids Club. I have never watched you. Treasures Are for Sharing. Never watched. Hero Elementary. Again, some Gen Alpha show. Never watched that. The Oh, I thought it said something offensive. The Hugabug Club. Never watched that. Oh, is this It's a Big Big World? This is It's a Big Big World. Okay. This show I've only watched like one episode, and I'm sorry. I just wasn't really that interested in it. I'm gonna put that in D tier. I only watched one episode, and plus I was in school at the time, so this came on like while I was during it in school. So, but even then, I never really was interested in it that much. So sorry. Um. This I think I've seen, but maybe not, or maybe not. Maybe not. I don't think so. I think I saw this on Cubo or something. One day. Mm, or maybe not. I never watched it. Um, JJ the Jet Plane. Okay, JJ the Jet Plane had some really funky old animation that kind of creeped just a tiny bit, of me out, and but it was a good show nonetheless. I would put this in B tier, I guess. It's not a bad show. Apparently, my parents got me a DVD of one of the JJ the Jet Plane episodes. The theme song uh, is iconic. Hey, the sun is rising high above Terry Town. Planes taking off and planes catching down. Yeah, that song. Yeah. So other than that, yeah, there's nothing else to say about it. B tier. Uh, Katie versus or no, that's not versus. Katie et Orby. What? I've never watched this show. Kids songs. I have never watched this. Uh, okay, I see the Crap Brothers, but is this the Boomafoo? Let's see. Oh no, Zaboomafoo's down here. So this one, I don't think I ever really watched. So, Lamb Chops Play Along. Lamb Chops. That's kind of funny, but I have never seen this. This I have never seen. Liberty's Kids. Liberty's Kids. I remember I've only watched like one episode, and no, actually it was all right. Actually, it was all right. It wasn't too bad. It's nice that they got into like a little history things and all that. But I just really wasn't interested in that show. I'm sorry, but there are some history people that are probably gonna come and get me for this ranking, but whatever. Um, so yeah. Other than that, I'm not sure. I haven't really watched much of it. So, what is this show? I have never watched that. This show I have never seen either. The Magic School Bus. Yes. All right. Oh, hello. Scroll. Okay, scroll up. And we're gonna put you in S tier. Magic School Bus. Who would not like Magic School Bus, the OG version of Magic School Bus? Because there is another one on Netflix, and that one does not even come close to the OG version. So, I loved Little Adventures with Miss Frisk. Oh, and I always loved the start of the theme song where Arnold was basically saying, please don't let this be another field trip. And then the kids are like, with the friends? No way. And that got me really excited to watch this show. And I'm sure y'all who have watched the Magic School Bus have as well. And there are so many memories of watching this in, like, yeah, my elementary school science class. So good. Loved it. Naughty. Never watched. Mama Mirabelle. I have never watched this. Martha Speaks. I have watched this show. If it can just scroll up, my goodness. Let's see. Where would I put you, Martha? Martha was a good show. I liked it. I mean, it literally says in the title, she's a dog who can talk. So, oh, and it's just basically helping kids define big words and stuff like that. So, nothing else to say about it. It's a good show. Yeah. So, something the tap dancing horse. Oh, Marvin the tap dancing horse. I've seen this on Cubo. I've heard about it being on Cubo while I was babysitting my brothers, but again, I've never watched this. The Flip Pop Shop. Never seen it. Hey. Maya Miguel. It's Maya and Miguel. Yeah. This is a good. This is a good show. I'll put it here in beats here. I loved this duo. And it was such a good show. I liked. I always liked the part when Maya's little ponytail thing went flashing, and she would say something like SOS, SOS, and that got me excited, or maybe it was something else. I'm not sure, but yeah, good show nonetheless. Miffy and Friends. I've seen you, but never really watched you. Oh, Molly of Denali. This is some Gen Alpha show. Never watched. Something. Is this Pancakes? What? Okay, never watched that. Bed Bugs. I have never watched this show. Oh, this show comes out in memes. This show comes out in memes. But I have never really watched you. I'm so sorry. Nature Cat. Nature Cat. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes with my brothers, and it was alright. Nothing really stood out to me about the show, so yeah. Okay, Odd Squad. I have heard of the show, and this was during the time when I was babysitting my brothers. They really enjoyed the show. Me, on the other hand, it's alright. It's a little cringy, that sometimes, but it's not, doesn't mean it's a bad show. So I don't like this. Also teaches kids math as well, but but it did not teach it as well as Cyber Chase did. That was great, and Cyber Chase was great. Oh Noah. Um, I have seen in Oh Noah, like maybe for a short segment after Cyber Chase, and it was alright. Didn't really care much about it. Teaches kids how to speak Spanish. Nothing much from there. So, yeah. Peep in the Big Wide World. Oh, this show was good. Uh, but actually, should I put it? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in B tier. This was a good show. Oh, I remember Peep in the Big Wide World. This was the this was uh one of one this is one of those shows that was like absolutely cute. I yes. I love these guys. This was Chirp. This is Peep, and this is Quack, as I remember it, because I showed this show to my brothers, and they absolutely loved it. So yeah. Um, yeah. This is going in B's here. Peg plus Cat. Again, my brothers liked it more than I did. Um, so I'm just gonna put this in C tier. Again, there were some cringy parts, but C tier nonetheless. Pinkalicious. Definitely never watched that. Pocoyo. Oh, right. This is Pocoyo. Um, Pocoyo. I think my little brother watched it while I was visiting him, and I'm gonna put this in D tier. I didn't really find this here, and plus this wasn't really my age group anyways. So my little brother, while I was babysitting him, watched it more. Watched it more. I just only saw one episode and just wasn't interested. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Postcards from Buster. Again, like I said before, I relate to Buster, and I want to put the show in B. B for Buster. It was a good show. I liked his little travel adventures, and like how he was exploring the world and all of that. Uh, it looked like so much fun, and yeah, again, I relate to Buster a lot. So yeah, B tier. Rags. I have never watched you. Oh, Reading Rainbow. Oh my God, yes. Yes. S tier. Lenore Jackson. Right? That's his name. Lenore Jackson. And oh my God. This man, and compared to Between the Lines, really made me want to read books and as a kid. So, and really liked uh, and just made reading enjoyable, just nonetheless. And every time I'm at like after the intro, he would be like, "Hi, I'm Lenore Jackson," and I would be getting chills. I would be like, "Oh, okay, hello." Oh, so good show. Oh, it was great. So, Ready Jet Go. Oh, I've heard about the show, while watching it with my brothers. Didn't really like it. I thought it was way too cringy, and just all over the place. And yeah, no. Uh, anyways, Real Wheels. Never watched you. Um, what is this? Nope. I don't think I've ever watched this one. Never watched this. I don't think I watched you. I don't think I watched you either. Um, this is some Gen Alpha show. The Saddle Club. I've heard about the Saddle Club. I've never really watched it. So, um, Sagwa. I remember Sagwa. Uh, this came out when I was like, maybe like, what was it? Like 2 or 3. Excuse me, 2 or 3 years old. And I've only managed to watch like 1 or 2 episodes, I guess, and it was all right. I'm just gonna put that there. So, something salsa. I have never seen this. Psy Girls. I've heard of it. I've never watched it. Seymour's Playhouse. I have never seen this. Sesame Street. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Sorry, that was cringy. But nonetheless, Sesame Street back in the day, I'm gonna say S tier. Yeah. Yeah. If you're wondering of which of my favorite monsters, of Sesame Street, like which monster do I like? I like Elmo, and I liked Elmo as a little kid, and because he's just that type of person. He's always so nice and sweet to people, but he can get annoyed sometimes, especially since I'm not sure if y'all have checked that out, but it went viral on YouTube where Elmo kept getting ridiculously angry at a pet rock that one of his friends had. and 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 I was like, as someone who watched Sesame Street and understood that reference, I was like, hey, oh my god. And here we go again. So yeah, but I find all the monsters okay nonetheless. uh, um and yeah. Oh, and also, speaking of which, did y'all see the tweet that Elmo sent out, basically asking everybody how they were doing? Basically everybody, he asked, he said, oh, Elmo wants to know how everybody is doing, right? But and everybody did not just say, oh, I'm doing fine. No, they literally poured out their feelings to this monster. They literally poured out their feelings to a 3-year-old red monster on Sesame Street. Like, everybody was just thinking this Elmo as their therapist, which is kind of a little bizarre, but also I kind of get it. So, yeah. But nonetheless, I would put it in S tier. Lots of great memories. So, Little Monsters. I have never seen the show. I have never seen this show. Shining Time. Never watched this. Sid the Science Kid. I remember this show, and it's a good show. Oh, I thought, I especially with y'all remember, if you watch the show, y'all remember this this teacher Susie's uh, little song every time uh, the kids were told to come into the classroom. Uh, like it sticks in my mind still to this day. It's rug time. Come on in, and we got a lot to learn today. Hey, oh my God! It was such a bop. I was like dancing along to this song. I was like, okay, okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in B tier. So uh, signing time. I have never seen this. Is this similar to Shining Time in any way? Probably not. Let's see. There's still nobody in the chat. Okay. Hey, that's fine. Space Racers. I have never seen this. Splash and Bubble. Oh dear. I'm gonna put this in D tier. I watched this with my brothers and I didn't really like it that much. It wasn't that appealing to me. So, yeah, D tier. Whatever this is. Never seen it. Super Y. I remember Super Y. Um, let's see. Where would I Super Y? Where would I put you? Um, uh, I guess it was a good show. I liked uh, their little superhero outfits and all of that, and yeah, it was cool. It was Super Y was cool. I liked it, and if you didn't notice already, they're all from like different fairy tale books, I believe. So yeah, good show. Teletubbies, Teletubbies. Now I know some of y'all are probably gonna hate me for this, but I would say Teletubbies is alright. And I know I should probably put it. I should have probably put it lower, but Teletubbies wasn't that bad. I heard from a lot of people that they were creeped out because it looks like they went on drugs, and I was like, "Where is that?" Uh, until I saw like a video um of them looking like they're on drugs. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's creepy. Um, but nonetheless, it was just It was there was nothing much. So, yeah. Uh, Rhodey's Shop. Never seen this. Theodore the Tugboat. I have read the books, or just one book rather, Theodore the Tugboat, but I have never seen the show. Uh, the Toy Castle. Never watched this. Thomas the Tank. Da, 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 na, na, na. Yeah, y'all remember that. Come on now. Thomas, you are going up in beats here. Good show. Um, uh, I don't really have a favorite. I'm sorry. I kind of related to all the steam engines and everybody else, and yeah, good show. Oh, and I also showed this to my brothers, and they really liked it as well. So, um, I have never watched this show. Timothy Goes to School. I may have read one of the books Timothy Goes to School as a kid, but I have never watched the show. Uh, is it Binu? Binu? I'm not sure what that is. Never watched that. Um, yeah, I have never seen this one. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? This was a good show. Oh, uh, B tier. Here, it was a nice little kind of. Was it like a detective show? That was the best way to describe it. Yeah, I think so. So, um, Carmen Carmen Sandiego, was a good show, but it's very old. If I would have to compare with the Netflix one, which I also saw, it's hard to decide. It's hard to decide. I would say that. So, um, yeah, that's about it for that. So, Wild Kratts. Wild Kratts, um, I have watched this with my brothers, and it was interesting, but not interesting enough to capture my attention. Okay, so I would definitely put this in C tier. My brothers liked it though. They loved the show. Um, but just for me, I just wasn't too big of a fan of it. The what's it called? The creature power suits, I think they were called, were cool. How they can transform into different types of animals. That was cool, but not really a show I'd want to watch. So, or wasn't really a show I wanted to watch. So, um, Animal Baby Experiences. I have never watched this. Wilson and Ditch, Digging America. Never seen this. Whimsy's House. Never seen this. Um, Something Dog. This is probably. I've seen this in memes, and a lot of people were mentioning it that it's a 90s show. So, um, I was a 2000s kid for reference. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. But nonetheless, I never really watched. War Girl! War Girl, hello, you are going up in S tier. This show was so freaking good. This show, is, for context, is about a superhero and her little sidekick monkey fighting crime, and basically stopping a whole bunch of villains while also teaching them certain words out of the dictionary. But they made it work. They made it work. For one word. But she was also basically a normal student and as well named Becky Boxford, managing her own daily life, um, and 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 if y'all haven't watched Work Girl enough, I mean it's all over YouTube now, the memes for this show and everything, but Work Girl is brown, okay? Hey, hello. Work Girl. Uh, Becky was basically that type of brown girl, or just any brown kid rather, who is a high achiever, uh, uh, and and in school, and makes friends with the other smart kids. Yeah, this show made it work. I was screaming when this show came out. I was so freaking happy to finally see a brown character here on PBS Kids. Didn't matter what type of brown character they were. I was just so freaking excited every single time I wanted to watch this show. It was great. S tier. Word World, I have never, or I have actually, and I've watched this with my brothers, and it was alright. Didn't, again, nothing really stood out to me, except they could form words together and make something come to life. That's cool. But other than that, nothing else really sticks out to me. What is this? Never seen this. This is some Gen Alpha show, so I've never seen this. Zaboomafoo! Me and you and Zaboomafoo. Okay, I'll stop. Anyways, if I can get this thing to scroll, hello. Zaboomafoo. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here in B tier. This was a good show. And I love the little lemur. What was his name again? Zabu? Yeah, Zabu. That was his name. Because I showed Zaboomafoo to I think my brothers and also my cousins as well, because they're also big fans of PBS Kids. And yeah, I guess that's what this show is, what got them interested in Wildcrats. So interestingly, my cousins, I meant. So yeah, it's a good show. Something Zoo. Never seen this. Zoo, zoom, come on and zoom on, zoom on, zoom on, zoom. Oh yes, this was a good show. You are going in B tier. All right. Zula Patrol. I have heard once it was mentioned. I don't think I really watched it. So, the Big Comfy Couch. I've seen a lot of memes for this show on Instagram, but I have never really watched it myself. And then this I have never really watched. So how many shows did I not watch? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 70 plus 1 equals 72. So that's 72 shows not watched. Compared to this amount right here. I'm not even going to count that. But yeah. I also have to give credit that follow tier Mac 97, 49, and 27, 77 right here. If you guys want to follow him, go right ahead. Or her, whatever this person is. Thank you so much for making that tier list. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and bring me back up here. Here. Is it doing that? Okay. Hey, sorry. So, all right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tier list thing. Um, and okay, there we go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tier list thing. Uh, and to celebrate 100 subscribers. Let me know in the comments down below where y'all would put your different like where would you put each of these shows on the tier list compared to what I put. Um, have I disrespected any of the shows that you liked as a kid? If so, I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, nonetheless, that is going to be it for this stream. Happy 100 subscribers. Uh, make sure y'all, since it's also since it's May the 4th, go watch some Star Wars today, and what else? It's also Mental Health Awareness Month, so make sure to keep your mental health in check, and make sure to drink plenty of water, eat some good food. Make sure to watch something you like, do something that you like, and yeah, just take care of yourselves in general. And I and again, happy 100 subscribers, and I will see you guys after I come back from college. So sorry, that sounded very cringy. So I will I will see you all when I come back from college. Happy 100 subscribers again, and I will see y'all in the next reaction, which should hopefully be a reaction because I gotta be out. Bye, guys. Happy 100 subscribers. Woo!